Thanks for joining us from the Ohio AgNet Voice You Know with the News You Trust studio, sponsored by BASF, where the performance of Veltima fungicide could take your best results even farther. Well, the Trump administration is pushing a ban on new Chinese ownership of American farmland and increased scrutiny of Chinese ownership of major agribusinesses such as Smithfield Foods and Syngenta. Ag Secretary Brooke Rollins released details of a new National Farm Security Action Plan that will ban any new Chinese ownership of U.S. farmland and seek to potentially claw back ownership of Chinese-based agribusinesses. Attorney General Pam Bondi and the Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem were among cabinet officials, governors, and members of Congress who backed USDA's new effort. Rollins said U.S. agriculture is facing a threat from increased foreign ownership of U.S. food production. Farms, she said, are weapons that can be turned against us. Every family, every home, every community depends on what our farmers do, and they support and sustain us not merely by keeping us materially fed, but by keeping us spiritually strong, Rollins said. The farms produce not just a commodity, it is a way of life that underpins America itself, and that's exactly why it's under threat from criminals, from political adversaries, and from hostile regimes that understand our way of life is a profound threat to themselves. The security plan has 7 action items, Rollins said, which include actively engaging every level of government to pass laws, to take executive actions, to ban the purchase of U.S. farmland by Chinese nationals and other foreign adversaries. Individual states have increasingly introduced and passed legislation to ban foreign land sales to China, as well as Iran, North Korea, and Russia. Bills in Congress have also repeatedly passed the House or Senate, though no specific bill has been signed into federal law. As a part of USDA's action plan, Rollins also said it would be tightening up agricultural research with no more sweetheart deals and secret pacts with countries that do not have our best interest in mind. Also, USDA is canceling 7 active agreements with entities from foreign countries of concern and has removed 70 citizens of other countries tied to USDA contracts or research arrangements. And we are working to issue regulatory action to remove 550 entities from foreign countries of concern from our preferred catalog, Rollins said. Also, as a part of the action plan, Rollins said the Trump administration would use its authorities to claw back what has already been purchased by China and other foreign adversaries. Rollins was specifically asked what clawing back property owned by companies such as Smithfield Foods and Syngenta. Rollins suggested an executive order could come from the White House. We'll be looking at multiple different authorities within the federal government to begin to claw that back, she said. And Senator Roger Marshall of Kansas expanded on foreign control of meat processing in the U.S. by noting that not only Smithfield, but JBS, which is based in Brazil, may control as much as 20 to 25% of U.S. protein production, and he says that's just wrong. Today's weather brought to you by Seed Consultants. Simply better performance online at seedconsultants.com. Here's the forecast.
Mostly dry over Ohio here through today. I'm Chief Meteorologist Ryan Martin. Let's take a look at that Ohio Ag Weather Update. Mostly dry, meaning that we can't say it's completely dry, and here's the reason why. We've got the remains of an old boundary that's trying to work through the thumb of Michigan and slide southward. In my mind, that puts a chance for strong to severe weather, or at least a couple of thunderstorms into northwest Ohio as we hit midday and this afternoon. I don't think coverage is going to expand much beyond northwest Ohio, but there we can see anywhere from a quarter to maybe 1 inch of rain if strong thunderstorms do hold together. Outside of that, the rest of the state is dry, and everybody dries down overnight. Thursday at this point looks partly sunny, definitely warmer and definitely more humid. And we see the humidity stick around through Friday as well with no additional precipitation. Our next frontal boundary tries to come through later Saturday afternoon and Saturday night, anywhere from 1/4 to 3/4 of an inch of precipitation with coverage at 90% of the Buckeye State. Behind it, we are dry but see some lingering cloud cover for Sunday. Mostly sunny for next week to start Monday, and then we see hit and miss of scattered shower and thunderstorm action around potentially every day, Tuesday through Friday. I don't think everybody sees moisture every day, but the chances are in Ohio somewhere every day for most of next week. I'm meteorologist Ryan Martin.
And thanks, Ryan. Continuing a little bit on the previous story, in response to DTN, a spokesperson from Smithfield commented that the company employs 33,000 people in the U.S. and partners with thousands of American farmers. Smithfield is now publicly traded on the NASDAQ Stock Exchange, and the company's American management team remains based in Smithfield, Virginia. Our products are produced in the United States, and the vast majority are consumed in the U.S. We primarily export offal to China, cuts of the pig that are not typically consumed in the U.S., Smithfield stated. Smithfield is a majority-owned subsidiary of WH Group Limited, a publicly traded company based on Hong Kong. WH Group is not a Chinese state-owned enterprise and does not undertake any commercial activities on behalf of the Chinese government, Smithfield stated. Smithfield's sale to WH Group was also approved by the Committee on Foreign Investments in the United States, and that was back in 2013. Oil futures were little changed Tuesday morning after gaining 1.5% in the previous trading session, despite a larger than expected OPEC Plus production hike plan. Market participants shifted their focus to U.S. trade policy as U.S. President Trump announced new tariff rates but postponed their implementation to August 1st. The NYMEX traded WTI for August was down 5 cents a barrel to trade at 67.88. The ICE Brent for September delivery advanced by 5 cents, and that brought it to 69.63. The U.S. dollar index gained 0.094 points, bringing it to 97.235. The 90-day tariff freeze, which was set to expire July 9th today, has been postponed to August 1st, at which point new, significantly higher impact duties will be levied by the U.S. government. President Trump on Monday said that this new date was not 100% firm, leaving market participants in the dark over new tariff rates and their timing. Higher tariffs are set to curb oil demand growth at a time when OPEC plans to significantly ramp up production, elevating global oversupply concerns. By September, the 2.2 million barrel per day production cut, shouldered by 8 member states in place since 2023, will be fully unwound, at least on paper. Back with more after this.
Whether you're in the fields or on the farm, creating a safer work environment has never been easier. BWC's safety consulting services are included with your policy premiums and offer training and education for everyone in your farming operation. It's always the right time to make safety a priority. Visit bwc.ohio.gov or call 1-800-644-6292. The Ohio Bureau of Workers' Compensation, here to help you work safely.
AmeriHealth Caritas Ohio is your Medicaid plan for more benefits, more rewards. We know that good health means more than just seeing a doctor when you're sick. Eligible members can receive extras like home-delivered meals and family essentials, like baby carriers and kids' school supplies. Members can even earn rewards for playing mobile health trivia games. Learn more at AmeriHealthCaritasOH.com and call the Ohio Medicaid Consumer Hotline at 1-800-324-8680 to choose AmeriHealth Caritas Ohio.
Friday, July 25th is Recovery Ohio's Mental Health Day at the Ohio State Fair. Visit the Department of Mental Health and Addiction Services, the Department of Insurance, and other state agency booths. Join us on Friday, July 25th for Recovery Ohio's Mental Health Day at the Ohio State Fair. We'll see you there.
Couple notes for the calendar. Visit the 26th annual Greenville Farm Power of the Past at the Darke County Fairgrounds. It runs July 10th through the 13th in Greenville. Visit www.greenvillefarmpower.org for complete details. And powered by Soy Biodiesel, on Monday, we'll head to the Crawford County Fair thanks to Nature's premium liquid fertilizer since 1946. This note coming from the office of John Husted saying, just days ago, President Trump passed, with my support, our budget law to lower taxes and preserve tax cuts for working Ohioans and their families. This is good news for Ohioans who want to keep more of the money they earn, have access to good jobs, run successful small businesses, live in communities that are protected by a secure border, and see America reassert itself as the most confident nation with the strongest military in the world. It goes on to outline some numbers saying we are preventing tax hikes that would have cost average American families who earn $80,000 an extra $1,700 in federal taxes. The average Ohio household would have owed an additional $2,140 in federal taxes if Republicans had not taken action to pass this budget law, and 5.3 million Ohio families would have seen their standard deduction cut in half. 90% of taxpayers use this standard deduction. Today's market analysis is brought to you by the Louis Dreyfus Company, excited to be building the newest state-of-the-art soybean crush facility in Upper Sandusky, Ohio. For marketing information on your beans to LDC, call 574-566-2113. Here's Ryan Martin.
Grain markets finished lower again on Tuesday, setting up for a do-or-die move in the marketplace at midweek. Yesterday, we saw corn shave another 5.5 to 7 cents. Beans down anywhere from 5 to 10. We saw the weakest values, or the lowest fall off, on the new crop side. As we got into bean oil, it was up slightly. I think you still have some RVO talking points back and forth that are supporting bean oil. Bean meal was down. Wheat also lower as well. Harvest wrapping up in southern and central parts of the hard red winter wheat belt, but the harvest continues to move north and dodging some scattered showers here and there. The futures yesterday tried to stabilize. Corn did score a new contract low. December slid under last week's low, coming in at 416.75. Managed money now appears willing to add to their net short position. The grains are entering a new net short on corn and soybeans. End users are in no rush to have nearby ownership, with the central U.S. weather forecast looking pretty good. A crop progress report number showing a percentage point increase in good to excellent on corn and a steady number on beans, has everybody continuing to talk about a record large U.S. corn crop. Still seeing these crop modeling numbers come out 186 or better. So that means a harvest of 16 billion bushels or more is being put into this marketplace. That's why corn is having trouble. On the soybean side, there's just not much else to get super excited about here. China is showing no interest in U.S. soybeans because of the ongoing trade war in goods trade. Speaking of that, we're hearing that there's at least another 20 to 30 additional trade letters that are going to be going out in the next 48 hours to go with what we saw released on Monday. So the trade story is not going to get any better for us moving forward. Right now, soybeans are looking to have a downside price target of probably closer to the $10 even range, and that's psychological support. Corn could be targeting $4 or maybe even $3.90. Those are not trade recommendations, just what we're hearing from some of the stuff that we're reading right now. I'm Ryan Martin.
And thanks, Ryan. Today's market's brought to you by Seed Consultants. Simply better performance online at seedconsultants.com. Overnight at the open, July corn up 4.5 at 415.5. December up a penny and a half at 415 3/4. March up a penny and 3/4 at 432.5. The July beans still holding unchanged from yesterday's close at 10.24 1/4. November new crops up 1 1/4 at 10.18 3/4, and January up a penny and a half at 10.35.5. July wheat unchanged, 5.43. September up a penny and 3/4, making a penny and a half now at 5.49 1/4 cent. December's $5.70, up a penny and a half. In livestock, August cattle yesterday closed up $4.07 to $219.97. October was up $3.87 to $216.82. The July lean hogs closed up 2 cents at $106.97. The only ding yesterday was August lean hogs down 32 at $106.77. September feeder cattle up $5.65 to $319.17. October up $5.90 to $317.25. This is the Ohio AgNet.